and welcome to day 18 of counting the Omer. Netzach within Tiferet. As I have explained the previous days, Tiferet is all about the heart. And the heart contains the truth of who we are. But it also contains the pain we have experienced throughout life. All those times our hearts have been broken. And together with the Netzach energy, the endurance and the drive within, we can use this energy from Netzach to release that suffering and that pain and that heartbreak. I've been having some interesting dreams this night and a couple of nights before. I was dreaming about going into a yoga center, a new yoga studio. And when I came into the room, there was a lot of mattresses there, and it was very welcoming and inviting to lay down and rest and have a very, very soft yoga class. And then I saw on the wall on each side there was this kind of machine that looked a little bit similar to those who create smoke in concerts. And I wonder what that was for. And suddenly the machine on the right side, I was standing in the room, and my arm or my right side was there was this machine, and then on the other side there was a receiver. And suddenly from the right side it was shooting this stream of stardust from one side of the room, from the right side to the left side. It was like being inside of a battery and all the electricity moving from the plus, the masculine, towards the feminine. And I had my head in that stardust stream. It was very beautiful and very magical, because the light that was flowing there was very silverly, like how we receive the stars as silver light. And it was so full of this dust and sparkling, beautiful silver light. And when it hit my head, it felt like very, very soft jelly beans or something. It was extremely strange dream, and it wasn't disgusting or yucky. It was very soft and nice feeling of water and light hitting my head in a way. And then I woke up. And I've been contemplating this dream for some days now. What did it really want to show me? What is this dream? And of course it's the stream of power or force moving from the masculine towards the feminine, and the feminine is the receiver. And we are a part of that, and we all have that stream of life within us, this creative life force. And yesterday, I really tapped into this creative life force. I was playing music with a friend of mine, and he's playing guitar and singing, and I'm allowing myself to just flow around his voice in a way, completely intuitive singing and just allowing the sound to come out. And tapping into this unknown feeling that there is this creative force within us, something that wants to be created, but before it is created, it's completely unknown to us. We don't know what will come out of this music or this meeting or this creation of a thought or a word or piece of art or whatever we create. So really tapping into this creative life force and experiencing the joy in creating. Netzach is all about joy and drive, this masculine drive to create, to give, to share our gifts and our mission. But we can also use that to go into our heart space and release every wall of protection and fear and heartbreak, so we can come even closer to the truth of who we are. And this night I dreamt about being on a holiday with my lover, and we had separate bedrooms, so there was obviously a separation there. And I went into my room to open the window for some reason. And when I opened it, I had to stretch my arm out to be able to open the window completely, and it was completely dark outside, so I didn't see what I put my hand into. And then suddenly I realized that my arm was trapped in this ugly, yucky, sticky spider web. And I saw that there were so many spiders around my arm, and they were quite big and very scary, and I screamed my lungs out. I was so terrified. I was so afraid. I just screamed and screamed and screamed, and then when I pulled my arm back, I had all this spider web around my arm, like almost like a sweater, it covered my arm completely, and it was gray and dark and so yucky. And I didn't have the guts to remove it, because if I did, I was so afraid that the spiders would bite me. And so I just screamed. I completely frozen, and I screamed and I screamed and I screamed. So this morning I've been looking into what am I so afraid of that obviously keeps me in some sort of separation from myself, this creative force within, this beauty of who I am, but also in separation from others, from my lover or whoever I'm having an interaction with. And I can see that there's a lot of fear. Fear of getting disappointed. What happens if I completely open up my heart? Just let go of every defense mechanism and surrender into complete vulnerability. Well, there's a chance that my heart will be broken again, right? That I will somehow be disappointed, like I felt disappointed when my father left us, or when I had a horrible fight with my lover or my ex-partner being completely open and loving him so deeply, and then bang, there's a situation and a heartbreak and a big disappointment, and that wall comes up again. So obviously I'm afraid to go beyond and behind that wall of heartbreak, because I don't know what will happen if I let go of that protection layer. And it's almost like I see myself hanging on this cliff, and I don't want to fully let go because I don't know where I will land. I don't know this unknown territory. I don't know what will come, so it feels safer to hold on to something, some old fear, some old protection. I have a feeling this can resonate with many of us. And we can be on both sides of this wall sometimes. Because at one point, I think we all have been experiencing a deep disappointment, either towards our parents or a friend or a lover. And when we experience that, and the pain of that, what naturally happens is that we will try to protect ourselves from experiencing that same pain again. It's very wise, actually. It's like burning yourself on the fire or the oven, and then you create this pattern. Don't put your hand there again, because that will only hurt you. So you learn that, okay, I will not put my hand there, because then I just burn. And that hurts, of course. But when it comes to the human heart, those things we learn about protecting ourselves can actually end up hurting us more than letting it go, because it keeps us separated. And not only from another person, but it also keeps us separated from that life force. The joy of creating together with another human being, or being in oneness with Mother Nature. We hold so many beliefs and ideas, and so easily get triggered by other people, even though their intentions were just to be there and participate in the divine creation continuously happening through us, within us, outside of us. So I'm seeing now this stream of life flowing from my hip area towards my heart. That endurance, that drive to move forward. And we can see everything as God's creation. Everything has been created by God. Every situation we experience is there for us to come closer into union with our soul and essence and God. So suddenly this painful, triggering experience, the moment we realize that, oh, this was created for me, so I can break through the wall, I can use my endurance, my ability to work through an obstacle. So Netzach is also an aspect of God. It's a diamond containing our mission, our direction, our blueprint in a way. And Tiferet and Netzach is continuously speaking with each other in this tree of life. I can see this stream, this stardust stream between those two points in the body, the right hip and the heart, the mission and the heart, the truth of who I am and where I'm going, the direction I'm going into, my gifts that wants to be shared. Yesterday, while creating this music, I met another obstacle to really share the creative force freely, and that's the fear of being judged and the fear of being too much. That the other person, if I share myself freely into this world, will there be space for me? Or will there be too much light shining out from this vessel that other people will feel small next to me and start to project their smallness onto me? Because I've had many experiences with that actually, and it's very painful. When people can't really contain my light, well, when they don't understand me or they feel triggered by my light and then they pull back away from me or they protect themselves against me, and then suddenly I sit there and I feel like I have done something wrong and that hurts me and I want to make myself smaller. And then I don't feel like I'm good enough. And then my life force, my creative life force starts to kind of pull back again. You know, you can imagine these two machines in the room on one side and the other. And the life force, that stardust, that beautiful tunnel of light pouring from one side to the other. This is what the Netzach really wants to do. It just wants to give and send its light out into the world so it can meet the receiver on the other side. But when the head, the mind comes in and disturbs that flow, when the fear comes in and disturbs the flow, what happens then is that, oh, okay, I can't really share this, it's not safe, okay, then I will hold my life force back. And it's being pushed down again. So we ourselves are disturbing and stopping the life force to happen, the creation to happen. It's like stopping a flower when it's growing by either giving it too much water or not giving it water or even stepping on it. I wonder how many times have we stepped on our own growth. How many times have you unconsciously stopped yourself from sharing your light because you're afraid of how the receiver will take your light? And what happens when we stop this? Well, there will be a death. It won't grow. It will not be shared. And what a shame that is. It brings me so much sadness. There was this beautiful flower that wanted to rise and to be shared, and then bang, I stepped on it. I killed it. Or someone else killed it. Because they got afraid. Or they rejected it. But maybe if we stop allowing other people to kill our life force and creativity, they can have their reactions. It's not really a problem. Maybe that's actually just a gift to them to see where they have their limitations and fear. And then in the end, when we have released all that hurt and pain and suffering and walls coming up between us, we can start to dance with each other. The masculine and the feminine interplay. It's interesting how many layers we can experience this interplay with the masculine and the feminine. And yesterday when I was singing with my friend, there was this energy of he's kind of holding them, the rhythm and the melody and the song. So he held that masculine form. And I could allow my voice to dance around him, dance around the structure. So we could play with our voices. And there was such an energetic experience of the masculine and the feminine, how they function together. And the aspect of the unknown. So much beauty that came out of that creation. Two life forces coming together and creating a third energy, a third outcome or creation. It's like the sperm and the egg coming into oneness, merging, creating a totally new life. And every time we meet someone, we create something out of our reaction or with the intention of actually creating something beautiful. And I truly believe in intentions. If our intention is to create love and share light and beauty, that intention has the power to break down all walls maybe the receiver will not pick this up with its conscious mind, but there will definitely be some sort of reaction to it. When I 2.5 years ago sat down in my garden and had this download that I'm starting today to write day one, creating paradise on earth, that's such a clear intention. I can almost see myself as this ship in the water going through all the ice. And it's so strong, this boat. It's like all the ice in the ocean, it can't, it's not strong enough to push against it, because that intention, it's just so strong that everything which is not in alignment with that would just fall apart. It will die at one moment or the other. So if you put your intention into be so pure, so divine, so simple, that your intention is to become one with your soul and essence and Holy Spirit and God within, it just has to happen. That love, that force, that immediately comes with that intention. It contains so much power. And then our job is to really stick with it. Use the endurance, that drive from the Netzach, and move towards it. Not receiving the obstacles on the way as mistakes, but as just that ice that keeps us from coming closer, and we need to go through it. We need to break it down, because it's there. Obviously, it's there. So maybe it's a beautiful day to create a beautiful intention. Sensing into your truth, the truth of who you are. The truth of that creative force, your gifts that wants to be shared. Maybe you want to write it down. Or make like a roadmap. How can I get there? Maybe I need to sacrifice some things to get closer. Maybe I needed to sacrifice my fear today. Fear of getting hurt. If we want to create a stronger body, maybe we need to sacrifice the time we are watching TV. It can be very daily life things that we need to look into sometimes to be able to reach our intention. But don't make it this it's so easy to fall into the trap of getting into this fixing mindset. I need to fix myself. I need to heal myself. I need to do this or do that. No. Trust that life will bring that to you if you're aware and you use every situation where you feel triggered in life. This will happen by itself. You don't need to fix anything. You can just be aware of what's alive, and if something feels off and wrong and sticky and yucky and spider web terrifying, you will know, okay, now I'm at a point where I have to look into something and release something and heal something. And then you heal it and you let go and you go directly into this beautiful stardust flow again, allowing life to bring you forward. It can actually be a little bit fun because the feeling when we go into it, these obstacles, those spider webs that feels terrifying, the feeling after is such a pleasurable feeling. It's so releasing and relaxing, and this feeling of peace and union and love and trust. Yeah. I wish you a beautiful day with the obstacles and the flow and the love of God. May he, she, it be one with you. May you be one with that Divine Mother, Divine Father, and the mystery, the Ein Sof, that aspect of God which we can never actually ever grasp or understand, because there will always be a missing link. There will always be a third opportunity, something unknown coming in. We can never really fully control anything. Yes. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.